Sometimes in life, you get to a point where you are so mentally broken down by everything that's happening, and all you can think about is death. You're brought to a point mentally where you don't feel like you can go on anymore. You've exhausted all of your opportunities, and that you would be better off not alive at all. I want to tell you a story about a man from Pennsylvania. His name was Clancy. His name was Clancy Douglas. He was a student working on his PhD. He was a PhD student. And growing up, he had a very dysfunctional household. His father was an alcoholic and a solicitor of prostitutes all the time. And his mother was kind of out of it. She was always smoking, not really paying attention to Clancy. And his father would beat his mother all the time. His father even, through the prostitutes that he was with, he ended up contracting HIV. And one night when Clancy was very young, his father raped his mother and also gave her HIV. Now, years and years later, they both ended up dying from AIDS, both of them. Clancy was in college when this happened. He was a freshman. And he comes home during Thanksgiving break, and he walks into his house. His parents, he doesn't see them anywhere, but he smells a very bad smell, a very bad odor coming from upstairs. So he walks up to his parents' bedroom, and he notices the odor is coming from there. He walks in, and he sees both of his parents dead in their bed. Their bodies had been there for about a week or so at that point. They had both died from AIDS. I think it was particularly pneumonia that killed both of them. And he saw his parents' corpses in their bed. He freaked out, he threw up, he called the police, and he was really mentally scarred from this. Finding both of his parents, their corpses were basically rotting at that point. They had been there for a fair amount of time. So he carried this with him for years in his mind. It really mentally tortured him. And, the years go by. He graduates from college. He goes on, gets his master's, and he went on to study music. That's what his degree was in. It was music. And he was studying to get his PhD in music. And at this point, he was living in his own apartment. And he had suffered from these constant nightmares every night, seeing his parents' bodies, because it really affected him. And his life was just kind of in shambles at that point. He was so out of it. He was being mentally tortured. He really didn't feel like there was a point to his life anymore. So one night when he had a really bad nightmare, he decided that he was just going to end it all. So he gets up in the middle of the night, panicking. He runs through the apartment that he's in, runs outside, gets into his car. Now he has a pocket knife with him. And he's made the decision at this point to take his own life. So he's in his car. He's freaking out. He's crying. He's panting. He's losing his breath. And he's trying to put the pocket knife to his wrist. And he really wants to go through with it, but he's finding it a little bit difficult. He keeps putting the knife down, but he can't bring himself to actually do it. So he tries to compose himself, and then he actually tries to put the knife to his wrist one more time. And this time is the time that he's going to actually do it. But he doesn't. Something stopped him from taking his own life that night. Something stopped him. There was a knock on his car's window. There was someone standing there, and that person would stop him from taking his own life that night. If you want to know who that person was that saved Clancy Douglas's life, then check out my novel, Dead Leaves Fall, by me, Matthew Unger. Clancy Douglas, he's the main character of my novel. This is a psychological suspense novel. It's got some elements of horror to it, has a lot of tragedy. If you like that, you'll love Dead Leaves Fall. I'll leave a link down below in the description for you guys to check it out. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. And of course, check out the book. Thank you guys for watching.